Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Charade Maniacs. This ending is taking fucking forever. I kind of figured we'd have gotten to it in the last part, but like we're still going, and like we still haven't made our last choice. So like let's wrap it up, guys. Like, I mean, at the end of the last part, I was like, I mean, we're doing fine, but then I was like, but it is taking fucking forever, and I'm getting to the point now where I'm like, okay, we've gotten all the back stuff. Okay, now we're here. It should wrap up soon because if we keep dragging this out, like we don't have any more. At least before we were in the Knowledge Expo dump where we were going back and forth about things and like, okay, now we're basically like, we should bring him back. No, we shouldn't. Yes, we should. Okay, and can the Information Bureau take us back so we can like kind of wrap it up instead of like spending another 20 minutes talking about random shit that doesn't really matter. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, there's a point where that you hit where you're like, are we done yet? Are we gonna wrap it up? Like, speed it up. We don't need all the rest of the filler. And but I feel like that's the point I'm at now. Like, I was kind of at that at the end of the last part, and I was like, no, I mean, it's fine, it's fine. I mean, it's been fun. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I was invested, but then it's like, okay, now I'm hitting that point where I'm like, can we please just wrap it up? Because I don't want to sit here for like 3 more fucking hours, like wrapping this ending up. Like, we got the stuff. We had our little debate. I feel like we're drawing to a conclusion, but sometimes the conclusion then takes like another 2 hours, and you're like, why? So like, I'm hoping we can, and we still have another choice to make. So like, what the fuck? Like, what? We have another fucking choice to make. So like, baffling me. Anyway, we teleported once more. I heard a familiar sound when my hand just dropped. Oh. My hand that was locked with Hygee's fell through it. I tried to reach out again, but I couldn't touch him. Mutual recognition system was shut off. Well, the Information Bureau really... Yeah, all authority's been transferred to them. All I can do now is copy data. Looks like this is it. Sure, everyone can go back to your world soon. And you say soon, but I still feel like it's going to be like an hour of like, no, Hygie, but we're friends. And then we're going to talk for like an hour when we should just like wrap it up. We've said everything we need to say already. We don't need to do it again. I don't know. It'll still be good, but it's just like, I don't know. While Hygie gave a kind smile, I noticed Tomose with a frown behind him. Everyone, what about the Arcadians? Everyone looked at Tomose. If Esther's authority is taken away, won't the lunar base cease to function? It'll be like the Morpheus project never happened. Right. Managed to continue operating the facilities that survived the accident by continually repairing them. The thing is Arcadians are actually like sort of living creatures, so like you're leaving them to die. So like that's kind of questionable. We're data, Hygie's data, he's a computer program, but like the Arcadians are kind of our like living things. They were like animals that then he fused. Like, just because they're fucked up science experiments, Jesus Christ, computer, fuck you, I turned your volume down, do not fucking blast at me again. But just because they're, like, freaks of nature that he created doesn't mean they deserve to die, so, like, especially because now they kind of have, like, childlike human intelligence, that's worse. And, like, you left the bunny rabbit to die? That's awful, but, like, most people would be like, but it had a human intelligence, that makes it worse somehow, you know? There'll no longer be a need. Life support for the Arcadians. The Arcadians are all going to die. Reggie nodded in silence. His expression was full of regret and sadness. Can't they be saved? Can the system continue to operate as is? That won't be possible. We don't know the procedures. The base was abandoned 30 years ago. Even the Bureau doesn't have the know-how on how to maintain it. Only Aster can do it? Yeah, I think so. I felt sad knowing the fate of the Arcadians. Like the members of the Morpheus Project, only death awaited them. I was thinking of a more efficient way to earn points as I did the dramas. Besides acting, I also tried to learn about the Arcadians and interact with them to find out how to gain more points. I may have only started because someone suggested it, but lately I've noticed that the Arcadians are starting to act like real humans, and they absorb all the emotional experiences they saw in the dramas, and I found it odd how much they enjoyed it. The dramas were just an act. We can say that we don't truly mean say things we don't truly mean in those acts, but maybe their earnestness is much more human, and that's what I've begun to think. He spoke and reminisced about daily life here. I had no idea what. Oh, I had no idea that was what Tomose had been thinking all along. I continued listening in surprise. Is that what you were thinking? I still haven't come to terms with my feelings, but I don't agree with how they have to die. I don't sympathize with Aster, but I do sympathize with the Arcadians. The Arcadians are greater victims than the cast. I honestly think that they're the ones who deserve to be brought back. And that's impossible. Arcadians are actual living things on the lunar base. Their circumstances are different from Aster's. I know, but I just can't shake off the feeling about how we're just abandoning them. They aren't monsters. Although they're underdeveloped, they have hearts. We, on the other hand, put a lid on emotions. We can't show others in our daily lives. Like, listen, Tomose, I get it. You're talking about your love for me, but simmer down. I'm in love with Dazai. The Arcadians who are more honest with their own feelings. I find them to be much more human and more correct. Although Tomose tried to stay composed, his stumbling voice betrayed his feelings. I mean, I'm kind of begrudging them for bringing up the Arcadians, so now we have to have another hour-long debate about the Arcadians, because, like, Jesus Christ, wrap it up already. But at the same time, there would have been a loop, and I would have been like, what the fuck about the Arcadians? We're not going to talk about them. But we don't need to do it for an hour, okay? We don't need to have this long-ass debate, but we're going to have a long-ass debate, probably. We couldn't help them survive. We couldn't bring them back with us. Even Tomose knew that. The idea that the good guys always win only applies to hero stories. Tomose looked up when he heard Akase. If this were a story, there'd be a way to save him. You just survive and do nothing wrong. This is a story, though. Casting them aside wouldn't be just, but the Information Bureau has their reasons. There are issues about genetic modifications and whatnot. We can't allow you to have your way. I mean, that's the harsh reality of it. I know that. In the end, anything I say... But that doesn't mean your words are without meaning. Your sense of justice is important. The Arcadians would have simply been abandoned as is, but if you understand the future of Arcadians and their value, don't you agree that there was meaning in their lives too? And I don't know what would have been right, and I don't think you can definitely say what is right. But I want to respect your way of thinking, and I find it amazing. I understand why you want to save them. I realized it when you said it. I mean, the reality of it is exactly like Akase said. Like, there's issues with the fact that they exist. It's not their fault, and it does suck that human well, not really, as an AI, kind of created these things that are now destined to die. And that sucks. But you gotta suck it up, Buttercup, because the world sucks. But at the same time, we just fought to get a computer program to come back with us, and these innocent Arcadians are gonna... there's issues. I didn't realize it until Tomose said it. I'm so fixated on what was in front of me that I hadn't thought about them. Yet Tomose didn't give up from the start and talked about them. Just as Akase said, I think that's amazing. I've worried about it so much and felt such self-hatred, But now I want to believe in myself after hearing you say that. And maybe that's why you're the hero. Huh? What do you mean? It's alright. We didn't have a way to save the Arcadians, so nothing could be done. Well, they look kind of creepy, but I feel sorry for them if they're gonna die. Yobu mumbled that with his usual crass way, and it was Chigasaki who responded to him. Sorry, huh? Everyone fell silent because of how aloof he sounded. Wow, Chigasaki's getting pissed. I mean, this kind of makes sense, obviously, because we know Chigasaki's, like, part Arcadian, but, Him getting psycho is a little interesting. Everyone's always so selfish. They pity something, but in the end, it's only because you see them as different. They aren't members of the Morpheus Project. They were just brought here on their own and created that way. None of this was their doing. And now you kill them selfishly. You're gonna pretend like they never existed. Chigasaki's judgmental lamentations seemed to apply directly to me. Different. Directly to me? I didn't do anything! I'm not the one choosing to kill them. Blame the Information Bureau. People are free to think however they want. They can see themselves as monsters. And accept their way of life, too. But if you're gonna give up on them, then save your pity. Just leave them alone. Makes me realize just how different we are. Live in completely different worlds. Don't need your pity. Try their best to live. Wouldn't want to be felt sorry for. Chigasaki was always the quietest and most reserved, so everyone was surprised to see him express his emotions like that. Yobu would normally be the one to make a lighthearted apology, but even he looked a bit dumbfounded. And then I heard someone else apologize to my side. Sorry. If you apologize, you saying what you did was a mistake? Do you regret creating them? Do you want to make it as if they never existed? That's not it. Although they couldn't become my friends, they were a part of my world. I can't pretend like they never existed. I know that better than anyone. Never expected this, but I don't regret it. Replicating their genetic information on the other side and crossbreeding was a lot of work. There won't be a second time. What are they talking about? Unlike me, Chigasaki understood what Aster meant and looked down. Never understood romance or love, so even if you asked me about those things, I don't think I'd ever understand. But I understood that they gave it their all. That's why I decided to grant their wishes. But you serious about that? I thought that form of love was just lunacy. Haiji and Chigasaki sound too similar when they're like next to each other. I can't quite get the like. I don't think so, because he always remembered, and now in the same place, continued to wait for her. I think you can say that's evidence. That won't be possible anymore. Can't help but pity that after all. He covered his face to withhold tears. Only they understood the meaning behind their conversation. Couldn't bring myself to say anything. By the time his shoulders stopped shaking. Hey, about what was just said. Kase was the one asking about the conversation. That was... However, Chigasaki's voice suddenly vanished. What just happened? It's paused. It's like it's not... Okay. It was just a blank screen for a second. I clicked the button and nothing happened, so that was weird. Chigasaki's body started to crumble as he disappeared. That's what I was waiting for when his voice vanished. I'm like, Chigasaki's gonna disappear. But like nothing happened, and then like, okay, now he's disappearing. Piece by piece, he turned into particles of light as he crumbled away. That's terrifying. Like, you know that it's like the Information Bureau taking him back, but it's still horrifying because you're like, is he dead? Did they take him back? What's going on? He's vanishing. Mose suddenly ran up to me. His voice also vanished midway as he became his own specks of light. This is... You should decide right now. Either take him with you, or not. I think the system links are being cut one by one. They're returning in order. Returning? I had to decide in that moment, like Yoshi said. That's why I told you not to. You never listen. Ibana, the world isn't so kind after all. You were the one that'll be blamed for it, so make up your mind. You still want to go back with him. Right. The remnants of the Morpheus Project. He'd become my responsibility if I took him back. Oh, dear God, we do not need this. My fight would no longer be with friends who I'd spent time with, but complete strangers. Erase Aster or take responsibility for him. This truly is harsh. You don't even know where you went wrong. If only someone told you how to go back to where you made your mistake. But for you, I'm sure it'll be fine even if you make a mistake. Good luck, Sena. We're gonna fucking take responsibility for it. Oh, good God. I mean, I don't think that he should be, like, deleted, but at the same time, I do not think she should be taking responsibility for him. That's fucking stupid. It'll be fine, even if I make a mistake. Is it really? Will I really be able to do this? I'm worried, and Gyobu approached me. You sure you don't want to hurry? Everything might vanish soon. Yeah, I know. I understand why you'd hesitate. You don't seem to be the type that would rush forward based only on your feelings. Unlike me. Right. Oh, are you finally agreeing with me? Well, okay. In that case, let's meet on the other side. I'll be looking forward to seeing what you decide. I watched as Gyobu vanished while waving at me. Then I turned to Haiji. He stood there like he was lost, and it made him look like that 12-year-old boy more than ever. No matter what you decide, it won't end like a fairy tale. We don't get happily ever afters. Kase mumbled that while looking at Haiji in the same way. Yes, we do! In the Dazai ending, I got a happily ever after. That's all that matters. And the happily ever after will be me getting to be with Dazai again, and we all get to go home, and, like, the Information Bureau takes control of Haiji and, like, sets his programming right. You know? Doesn't delete him, and I don't have to be fucking responsible for this fuck. Okay? That's the best ending. But she's gonna be all responsible for him, and you better fucking go back with Daza, you dumb bitch. He'll be so pissed. He'll be so pissed at this game. No matter what I decide. Honestly, there were so many things I wanted to resolve before this happened. There are still so many things that I haven't done. I get the feeling I've forgotten something, and I sure have a heavy heart about what'll happen after returning to our world. But this isn't the end. Not the end even after returning, no matter what your choice may be. Yes, this is actually the beginning. Yep, you seem to have that sort of motivation when you first came here, too. You looked so worried, but you still had conviction. Even when you hesitated and didn't know what to do, you showed me you can push on without giving up. I'll try to follow your example, even after returning to our world. Let's do this together. There's no need to take it on all by yourself. No, fucking Akase has to have a 30-minute monologue. Together? Of course! We're like teammates here. We overcame the other world's stream together. Akase encouraged me with a big smile while Dazai followed. But okay, you ruined it with Akase, but not really, because Akase's fine. I like Akase. He's a good boy. He was a good rat. He's a good boy. He's acceptable. But like, it was Dazai. I was like, oh, sorry, Akase, but like, I just want Dazai. It'll be the same no matter what you choose. You can't say either choice is right. Right? You just have to take it in stride. No one knows the conclusion until you make that choice. Believe in the future you want to believe in. The one with Haiji or the one without. Either way, it's not like he'll never have existed. You're the one who saved Haiji from his loneliness. There's no need to force yourself to believe. No matter what happens, we won't blame you. If someone does, I'll shut him up. What's that? You think you're some superhero? Well, I don't think anyone's gonna complain. Hey, don't be such a killjoy. We're all friends here, so I'm agreeing with you. But I'm just being cautious. Kase then waved and placed his hand on Haiji's shoulder. But it passed right through. Ah, shoot, I forgot I can't touch you. What are you doing? I was just about to say that Haiji's a friend too. And this doesn't make me look so good. Alright, Haiji. No, Aster. If you have something to say, now's the time. But see, Dazai's ending this so happily, but it's like we remembered him, but like, can we just remember that we were in love with him? Remembering him isn't good enough for me. Like, I'll say something to the one who can bring you back. She seems to still be hesitating about it. Tell her what's on your mind. It's on my mind. Closed his eyes tightly, then opened them. Haiji looked straight at me. Saying that we should go back together. Thank you for holding my hand. What you've proven to me will stay with me forever. I turned my eyes away from the truth and ran away out of fear. If I had known the truth, I would have realized it sooner. I was never alone. My mother and everyone, no one hated me. Stayed by my side even after learning the truth. I thought that Big Bro Dazai chose you completely out of coincidence. But now that I think about it, maybe I've been waiting to meet you all this time. And I couldn't go until that day came. Thank you. I do like you a lot. And if I disappear, hope that you can remember me in the future. Bird, stop it. I'll always be with you, so long as you carry feelings for me. They'll live and they'll breathe life into me. Breathe life into me. Wow, I can't read. Aster smiled with playfulness of an elementary school child who was proud of himself. Maybe he was trying to imitate someone with what he said and did, and his feelings were true. He was honest about how he liked me, and it was true that we'd always be together if I continued to remember. I had to decide on our future, to believe or not to believe. That was the question. My brain wasn't, she's like, to believe or not to believe, and I'm like, that's the question. I cannot fucking believe they actually put that was the question in here. Oh, Jesus. And I knew also, I'm like, this is where our choice is coming up. Okay. Boop. This is our save 3. So to get our best ending, we believe, obviously. I will believe, no matter what. I nodded and then repeated it. Let's go back together. I won't just remember you someday in the future, because we'll always be together. I'll never forget you. But if you've had stuff, you have to atone for it. A lot of people suffered and vanished because of me. I have to take responsibility for that. Master didn't seem to agree with my decision, so Akase spoke up. And atone for it from now on. Just work at it after returning. Can't you recover the data you erased and bring back the people who are unconscious and don't have identities? I can. As long as the Information Bureau doesn't delete the system data here right away. I see. Akase's right. You should get him back to normal after returning. Yeah, it's alright. The Information Bureau won't mess up their priorities. Sure. Let's try it out after returning. We'll do everything we can after we all wake up. People who are asleep won't get their lost time back. Isn't time important for humans? Can't take back that lost time. And I know that. That's right. But that's why I'm telling you to make up for it. I'll help you out. Is that really enough? I said it's fine, and besides, it has to be. There's no other way. And that's why you... Before he could finish, Akase's body broke down and vanished. Seeing that, Dazai forced a smile. What's he doing? He seems reliable, but so careless sometimes. Master continued to stare at the location where Akase just was. He seemed to be stunned. It looked to me that he still hadn't made up his mind. Well, it's been 30 years since the Morpheus project. Time isn't important just to humans. I'm sure you were suffering from the loneliness all this time, too. Besides, at least every returned down to that previous stream. Looking at you was fun. I understand the loneliness you shouldered. Well, then again, this place actually isn't that bad. I know how terrible it is to be lonely. Dazai moved his hand in a way that looked like he was patting Aster's shoulder. Of course, they couldn't touch, but I knew what he was trying to do. He waved with that same hand. Then he smiled and slowly vanished. So kind. You were imprisoned here because of me. We remember Dazai, but I'm mad that, she doesn't remember that she's in love with him, and, we better go back and be dating Dazai, and, okay, Haiji's, our friend that we're not, you know what I mean? You better fucking, because this is the good/best ending. That's not a best ending if we're not with Dazai, okay? You're right. His ethics programming was set to off, but he still learned about good and evil and had his own way of thinking. One mistake and this new path wouldn't have been created. Although he was an artificial intelligence, he acted more human than anyone. Master, transfer your data to my bangle. You have to hurry or you'll vanish. Come on, hurry! But I want to be with you. That's my wish. You'll grant my wish, won't you? I think what I really hate is the phrasing. I want to be with you. That sounds romantic. Stop it. I hate that. I want you to come back with us, blah, blah, blah. Don't make it sound romantic. It's creeping me out and it's making me mad. I was fucking full on with this. Good, okay, great. We'll all go back. He's a program. Cool, we'll be with Dazai because we remembered him. But now it's I feel like you're making this romantic-y and it creeps me out and I don't like it. Let's go together. We'll be fine no matter what happens. I choose to believe in you. I also like you, Aster. You're always so lonesome, but you're also studious. You dreamed of a future with everyone, just like Grandma did. It's alright. There's nothing to be afraid of. I opened my arms. This time he nodded and jumped at me. Okay, the CG's cute, though. With my arms open, I gently embraced him. Although my hands couldn't feel him, I knew that he was there. Seeing that, tears flowed even though I wasn't sad. Yeah, I hope this isn't romantic and it's more like friendly, but it's just the wording because they always use the I want to be with you, and that's always romantic, and so I just don't like that they use that phrasing here. If like, let's be together forever. See, again, that's creepy to me. It sounds romantic and I don't like it. Yeah, always together. Wherever you are. That's my Arcadia. The whisper still lingers in my ear. Again, it sounds romantic and I don't like it. The voice. The memory that I found here. It reminded me of a possible future. No, Because, like, you remembered Dazai. And you were in love with Dazai before you came here. So, like, going back and like, no. I will not fucking accept that. Over and over again. Like, bringing him back so that we have our friend, but not in a romantic way, you know? I'm off now. Sis, you're wearing your uniform, but there's no school today. I have to go and clean up a goldfish grave. Grave? Is that something you have to do on your day off? And I have to do something else after that. With Aster too? Yep. We're going to school together today. It's a date. Yep, a date. No, gross! Jeez, I'm heading out now. We can talk after I come back. Yeah, see you later. I'm off. Come on, Aster. Still can't get used to this. What's wrong? I always thought it wasn't proper to let a woman carry her bags. And now you're carrying me around. Oh my god, is he in a pult body? You're a pult right now. What's wrong with carrying you? He fucking is in a pult body. Okay, at least it's not romantic because he's in a dog body. Okay, you know what? That's fucking funny. I know it's fine, but I want to carry you too. You can try. Come on. So much carrying you. Just hugging you. I thought you had to go. Oh, right. That's right. We better be dating Dazai, though, okay? I'm sorry, not the one day you'll have a body and we'll be in love, because that's creepy and fucking weird. Akari said we were on a date. She sure is getting mouthy. Just the other day she asked me if we kissed already. This is disgusting. No. This makes me so fucking mad. What? What is that? How did you answer her? I said we did. But that's as pult. Yeah, so what's the problem? There isn't any. No, I do not accept this. Face tells me that there is. It's difficult. Been together ever since I came here, but I'm still unable to detect fine details. I think you're plenty considerate already. Am I? Got yelled at the other day, though. I don't mind bringing him back as, like, a friend and whatever, but I do not like that they're making this romantic. Like, when you remember Dazai, the whole fucking point of Dazai's arc was you remembered him and you were in love with him before you lost your memories of him. So now you remember Dazai, but we're still gonna be in love with a robot dog? Fuck that. Seriously? No. I do not fucking accept this. Nope. Now I officially think this game is fucking stupid and I hate it. We're up to the point but this is the worst. This is not the best fucking ending. This isn't even a good ending. This is literally the fucking worst thing you could have done. What the fuck were you thinking? No, hate it. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. Like, this ending fucking ruins it. Fucking ruins it. That's because you said you wanted to bathe together. Well, it's waterproof, so I thought it'd be fine. It's not fine. Those fine details again. It's a delicate problem. I can't fucking stand this. Like, if they're, and maybe it's just how I'm interpreting it because here is Dazai, but if we are not dating Dazai and, like, whatever, then I'm gonna be so fucking livid. Because no, you don't remember Dazai and then choose to stay with weird robot boy who tried to kill everyone. I understand, like, the wanting to bring him back and whatever, like, I'm fine with that. But as a friend, not romantically. There is nothing about this that where you should have gotten romantic with this fucking AI, okay? That's just, no. No. No, he's basically like your fucking uncle, so that's disgusting. Okay? Like, he's your AI uncle, so there's creepy things about that. But, like, now he's in a dog body, and, like, it's fine. We'll always be together. We're friends. But it's the way they use the romantic terms that they always use for everything. They're just... and I don't know. Maybe I'm just misreading it because they're using the same terms. We'll be together forever. I want you by my side. Those are what they use in the romantic sense. So using it in the pals, buddies, comrades kind of like sense, siblings, whatever, is just I just don't like it, and it's given me the squick, and I'm mad about it. So, like, it could just be me, but I'm, like, already ready to, like, hate this ending and yeet this fucking game, like, because no. You do not fucking remember Dazai and still fall in love with the fucking AI in a dog body. Fuck you. Especially because you should have remembered your feelings for Dazai. That should have negated any kind of maybe budding romantic feelings you had for anyone else. Like, no. The game should never have done this. And I'm probably overreacting and we'll see what happens, but I'm just so ready to be so fucking mad. Ugh! What took you so long? I'm tired. Huh? Well, we're still 5 minutes early. I was here too early and came across him. Came across? I was here first. You're here way too early. It's creepy how motivated you are. See, now, Tomose being as hostile to Dazai feels like I'm hostile to you because you're her boyfriend and I'm jealous. And that's what I want. Hey, I came from the hospital. It ended sooner than I thought, so I was bored. The hospital? And then go home and sleep if you're sick. I was with the ophthalmologist. Ophthalmologist? Oh, ophthalmologist. Thought you got your sight back. Oh yeah, it was just an exam. I said it was fine. And Bonjo, if you hate me so much, then you should have killed some time before coming here. I thought I should make it clear to you. You just keep wandering. Don't make it sound like I'm some stalker. I just want to go home together and have a chat. What's wrong with that? Also, he was our kind of sort of boyfriend before we came here, so he better be our boyfriend right now, and Tomose better just be angry about the fact that Dazai is basically our boyfriend, because I will yeet this pult. Don't. You're annoying. Bro Dazai, are you Big Bro Bonjo's stalker? Of course not. And it's Sena's. Her stalker? No. Oh wait, did Mose say that? No, okay, yeah. That was Dazai. I read it like Dazai, and then like, let's go and clean up the grave. Said it was a goldfish grave? Yeah, it's in the corner of the schoolyard. Oh. We better be dating Dazai. If you want to complain to Aster too. He's with her all the time, except maybe at school. I got yelled at when I did. She said that she doesn't know yet what's wrong with being together. I at least have to ensure they don't bathe together. Bathe? Thinks there isn't a problem with them bathing together since he's a pult. I know what he's trying to do. Well, it's no good. At the time, I thought transferring Aster's data into a broken pult was a good idea, but Sena's being tricked by how he looks. I have to do something before that happens. Yeah, especially because you're supposed to basically be our boyfriend. I have to do something. I'm with the two of these chuckle fucks. Tomose being Tomose right now is full on. Like, I'm with you now, sir. Is everything okay now? Yeah, I'm relieved they've retained consciousness fast. He's in stable condition, is continuing rehab. A bureau staff has communicated with him a lot recently. Make it sound like he doesn't talk on his own. He's alright through me. He's still having trouble talking. I've never been so unsure about anything. Who woke up? Oh, sorry. Don't worry about it. It doesn't concern you. Yeah, don't worry. Once things calm down, I'd like to talk to him, too. Are you really going to? Can't I? It's not that, but I wonder if he becomes your fanatic again. I think that risk is still there. Oh, are we talking about, Futami? That's impossible. Why? Not the same as I was before. I won't accept anyone's worship. I see. You say it with so much confidence now. Oh, but I'll accept you worshipping me. I want to hear you say you love me. But I already do. Want you to say it more. Say you love only me. Okay, I'd see I don't like this. I'm okay with like them joking about bathing and she'd be like, well, that's inappropriate and everybody. I don't like this because it sounds romantic-y. And I know it I'm hoping it's not meant to be that way, and I'm really trying hard to be like it's not. It's like, oh, yeah, I do love you. We're friends. Like I love Yoshi. Like I love fucking every. But like I feel like it's romantic, and I don't fucking like that because that pisses me off. You know that, and she's getting all embarrassed about it. Like, oh my god, I don't want to admit that I'm in love with you. And they're doing it as if it's a romantic ending, and I fucking hate that so much. And now that you're in that form, you don't hold anything back, huh? Nice, right? Not getting, getting yelled at for kisses or hugs. I envy you. I like to do that without reserve, too. Why are you talking about this now? Speaking of which, how's Akase? Oh, well, when it comes to him. Here you go. Time for some chow, Aster. Woof woof. And I can't eat that bone. Nice of you to play along. I like that about you. Hey, you idiot! Don't feed him something weird. You'll break his body. Huh? But I thought Paltz could eat. They can only eat specially made food. You'd know that if you thought a bit. Oh, but there were some modifications made recently so that he can eat ice cream now. Really? You sure do love your ice cream. Hey, your bangle's ringing. Looks like a message. Oh, you're right. Let's see. What's wrong? It's from Futami. He hasn't responded in a while. Oh, okay, so it was somebody else that was a crazy sponsor, not Futami. I figured it was. Really? What does it say? I really actually like Gyobu with his hair pulled back like this. I don't know. I dig it. Like, it's kind of cool. It just says he's sorry. What even is that message? Well, I hope we can all meet up sometime, because we have a lot of catching up to do. I can wait until this mess with the other world stream's over. Some people haven't woken up yet. Yeah, but we don't know how long we're gonna have to keep waiting. Sorry. Oh, I'm not blaming you for it. It's best that we share info, you know? That's all I meant. Why are you being so formal all of a sudden? Why are you making it sound like I never am? Okay, so we have issues with Futami, but I can't seem to reach Chigasaki either. I did get his contact information, though. And I'll try to contact him. I'm sure he has things he wants to talk about. You're a Palt. How are you going to call anyone? Hehe, with permission of Palt's owner, he can also send messages. You know that? You're so ignorant, Abana. Huh? Oh, sorry, that's a line from a drama that he's been obsessed with. Aster, you shouldn't say that to people. Hey, sorry, but everyone knew about it. Ugh. You're being toyed with. Kay, you're so funny. Shut up. There's like a buddy cop movie going on with these two, and I want to see it. Whoops! I read you like a book with that punch. Kay, you're so predictable. How can you move so fast all of a sudden? You're just a shut-in. I'm not a shut-in. I'm going to school again. I'm in the class next to yours. I know. Kay, your punch is nothing to be feared. Ugh. I got a hit. What are these two doing? They're so barbaric. I swear to God, I almost read that as, are these two dating? I was like, because in my head, I'm like, I could see it. I think they're just playing around. Really? Looks like it hurts. You no longer have your prosthetic, so this is nothing. Punching you with a prosthetic definitely would have done more damage. Okay, I prefer your bare knuckles. Aww. I see. So you haven't been able to see them. Yeah, but I thought you would have contacted them a long time ago. I couldn't come to terms with everything. The more I thought about doing things differently, the more my regrets grew. Right. Well, if you're gonna regret your choices, then it would be best to just be completely honest with her. Either way. What's with that face? Oh, just didn't expect you to say something like that. What's wrong with what I said? Anyone could have regrets. It's just that I always thought of you as someone who's stronger. We wouldn't have ever met if I were stronger. Akase, it's time. Right. Sorry, but give me a little more time.
I just fucking said it's time. Did you not fucking get that?
Sorry. I'm really sorry. Couldn't save you all. I'll be back. I'll see you later. Oh. Who was the question mark and who was he talking to? Ever since we returned to our side, I've spent time looking up. I look for it, that white moon floating in the sky. Hey, Aster, sometimes feel like you can't sleep when you think about what happened on the lunar base. I don't know. I have so much fun being with you that I'm more fixated on creating new memories here. Right now I'm appalled. Can't really say that I'm asleep even if I'm in hibernation mode. Oh, right. I guess so. Thing is, there are times when I'll suddenly feel sad when I think about it. Like my chest hurts and I'm unable to speak. So, right now my chest is just a plastic panel. Look, if you ever feel like you can't handle it when you think about it, I'll be right here. So tell me at any time. And don't worry, there's nothing to be afraid of. See, now we're back to, like, it not feeling romantic-y, and I'm okay with that. Like, you know, I just want it to be, like, a friendship. We got everybody back. We're friends with everyone. I don't want... Sure, he's gonna maybe make teasing things, comments, but she gets so... But I think it's the way they wrote her, with him being like, we should bathe together. Whoa, that's not appropriate, or whatever. Say you love me, haha. And she's like, oh, but I already do. Oh my god, And it's like, they're making in the way they've put in phrases that are romantic in the things that she says, and I don't like that. I don't like that. Like, Aster slash Hygie saying romantic thing, or being like, oh, we should take a bath together, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, he's always been like that, inappropriate. So, like, fine, I that's part of his personality. But she should be like, what? No, we're not taking a bath together. That's inappropriate. Or like, no, come on, stop it. When he's saying I love you, not, oh my god, she's getting all blushy and weird. It's just the way they wrote her responses to it that I don't fucking like, because it makes it feel like, oh my god, I'm giggling because, like, he said he loves me and I love him and I can't, you know, like the typical wallflower fainting violet MCs that we normally have, you know, and she's also kind of a little derpy, so she gets that way. So, like, I don't like that because it makes it feel like she's in love with him, and no, I will not take that. I will take that you're not specifically stating that we remembered we were in love with Dazai, so we're dating Dazai, because I'm going to write that in, but I don't want you to give me this impression that she's in love with Aster, because fuck that shit. No. You cannot fucking tell me that she would remember Dazai and the feelings they had for each other, and she'd be like, oh my god, yeah, but anyway, let me fuck around with my AI uncle who's kind of creepy and inappropriate, and yeah, that sounds like more fun. And now in a dog body. Gross. Fucking weird. I mean, I would give the dog body thing if you were, like, in love with an AI and then that's the only way until you found a real body. Like, fine, I could handle that and other. But no, because it's hygiene and gross. And I've never really liked his character, and he's, no, I don't care that you're not really 12. It's still gross. I still don't like it. And I like it at least in his ending, it was like, that makes sense. She forgot everyone, but now you've remembered Dazai. No, fuck you. I will not accept that you're ever going to be in love with anybody else. And you can leave it open-ended, like, we're just friends with everyone, but they've just made her feel like the things that she's saying are romantic-y, and I don't like that. Now we're back to being friendly again, and that's what I want. I just want it to be like the friendly ending so I can be like, we're in love with Dazai, because that's the way it was meant to fucking be, okay? That's the way it was meant to be, and I will not accept another fucking outcome in this ending, okay? That's the goddamn truth. Fuck you, game. You know? Anyway. Okay. I mean, okay, this CG is fucking adorable, though. I do like it. So, there's some kind of interrogation today. It's about the Qualia system. They want to know about specific features and how long you used it. How long I used it? Can't remember that without looking at the logs. What's so funny? Aster, you're a program. It's weird of you to say that you don't remember. Sometimes people pretend they've forgotten something when they don't want to talk about it. Didn't you know that? You're so ignorant. You're saying that again? I told you not to say it anymore. I thought you'd allow me to. I will, but please keep your promises. Hey.
And let's get ready to go. We need to make sure that they accept you. They need to know that there's no point in erasing you and that you know right from wrong. You also need to show them that you're prepared to make amends for what you did, that you'll right the wrongs and make things as they should be. Yeah, it's also I can be with you. Yeah, see, and then that's getting a little too romantic-y too for me. It's so I can be with you, not like, it's so I can stay here with everyone. I wish they hadn't inferred romance. It creeps me out. I don't like it. Thank you. By my side, I'm not afraid of anything. And I don't necessarily mind that, because that could be friendly, but it's the I can be with you. It comes across too romantic, and I don't like it. Hey, have you heard the rumors?
There's a mysterious stream, the Otherworld stream. The rumors have been floating around the network. Yeah, and the scenes from it are straight out of a drama. I heard that when you watch the Otherworld stream.
You're a little luckier for the next few days.
That's interesting if that's the way they're going to end it. Like, sort of like a cliffhanger. Huh.
I don't hate the ending, but I don't love it either. Like, I'm kind of iffy, like, because I just do not like that they wrote it like it seems romantic-y to me. You know what I mean? We'll look at the other high GCGs that we missed. We're still oh, that's from his bad ending. Okay, so we're missing this is a new one that we got because this one was new when he pulled us into his lap. So this was a new one. And then this is technically the other one. That one's cute though. Well then, so like, I'm curious. Oh, we're missing. Is that a Futami one that we're missing? How are we wait a minute. How are we missing a Futami CG? We are. How are we missing a Futami CG? We did all the things. Maybe it's in a bad ending. Because we have two bad endings. We got Haiji's bad ending and the Truth bad ending, but like, I'm curious how we're missing. I understand the Futami, the Haiji one is probably in his bad ending, but we did all of Futami's stuff, so how are we missing a Futami? That's weird. And then this was one, so we got the CG of our grandma. This other CG. I'm surprised that I figured that was a high G CG. That's everybody else. That's really weird. That's an everybody CG. It's strange, but that one's cute. Aww. Look at our little Dazai. We also there isn't a game complete one. You know what I mean? Like, there's no like special locked everybody CG. Like, everyone is the group. I guess technically this is the best everybody CG, so like, which is what we would normally do at the end of the bad endings, but like, this was the truth ending, and this is like everybody's together kind of ending. Poor Dazai's got his back to you, though. I don't love it. I don't. Where it was going, I thought was going to be better than this. It's kind of a letdown. I like that everybody got back and we've kept like Haiji around. Like, I like the overall concept of this best ending. You know what I mean? Where everybody's back and we're doing all this and like Haiji's gonna like make amends for what he did, like whatever. And okay, fine. I'm here for that. What I don't like about it and what ruins it is the insinuating there's a romance between Haiji and us. I don't like that. I don't like that at all because, and again, it could just be my interpretation and like, So I'm curious, obviously you guys are going to let me know, like, if when you read it, were you like, yeah, no, I got that feeling too and I didn't like it, or, oh no, I loved that, or I actually didn't read it, like, I read it more like he's kind of flirting and she's just being like, ah, whatever, buddy, like, we're friends and family type of a relationship. You know what I mean? And that's the way I want it to come across. I think the problem is just in the writing or the translation using, and I'm sure it came with the writing, that, and it could just be the way it's written in Japanese and then the translating it, they took a literal translation, because there's a lot of things in Japanese where you say a phrase and it can have multiple meanings depending on the context and how you say it. And the translators could have just taken it like, oh, okay, I want to be with you and by your side and all that stuff, and just took what is normally the translation in an Otome game instead of getting the nuance of like, well, it's more like in a friendly sense. You know what I mean? Like in Japanese, you'll say that you like someone, but if there's like, I like you and I like you, before you get to love. You know what I mean? And there's also like multiple different words for love, depending on the type and level of love. You know what I mean? Like in English, we're like, I love you. But if you were reading a game translated from English into Japanese and they use the wrong form of love, you'd be like, I don't like that. Shouldn't this be a familial love? But you use the wrong translation because... You know what I mean? And I kind of feel like that's what was happening here, hopefully. That's what I'm hoping. Is that, yeah, Haiji's going to be a little flirty and whatever, because he's been like that throughout the whole game. Flirty and clingy with us, you know, and slightly inappropriate, so I wouldn't expect him to be any different. But what I'm really hoping is that her responses were just, it was just a mistranslation. Like, oh, yeah... course I love you. We're friends. We're family. Like, she meant it in, like, a more family friend kind of sense and not, like, a romantic way. And, like, we'll always be together because we're family. But they just kind of should have put that in there and made it a little more specific, but they just took the literal translation, like, yeah, we'll always be together. Whereas in a normal Otome game, we'll always be together is romantic in nature. And, like, this should have been, like, we'll always be together. In, like, in a family... like best friendy bond kind of way. You know what I mean? So like that's what I'm really hoping is where it should have gone, but they just kind of didn't fully translate it as thoroughly as they should have. Or like whoever was translating it just didn't have the understanding of the nuance and to go, oh, well, in this instance, what they mean by we'll always be together is more in a familial sense than romantic. And they just straight up put we'll always be together, not really thinking that the end reader, the people who are used to reading and playing Otome games, you'd think these people were used to... But I don't know. I don't know the localization team if they're always translating Otome games, or it's like, this time you're translating an Otome game, maybe before that it was a different game. You know what I mean? Where you don't understand the subtle nuances that, like, most of us who play Otome games a lot get to, where you're like, we'll always be together is so romantic that you can't say that to a friend without it being like, whoa! Whoa, simmer down, keep it in your pants, what the fuck? You know, where then you have to step back and go, wait, and we have to interpret because the translation just slaps in the literal sense, and you're like, wait, I got to interpret this myself. You know? So I'm really hoping it was more, and the more I keep talking about it, I'm convincing myself that, like, as much as I was heated and angry during it, that, no, I'm going to take it as, no, we're always going to be together because we're family, and I'm here to support you, and we're, you know, family and friends, and yeah, Haiji's going to be a little inappropriate. Kind of like Tomose's kind of crossing lines sometimes. You know what I mean? He's like, whoa, 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 he's getting too frisky. Yes. Yes, Tomose, he is. But, like, Dazai, even though they didn't straight up call him out on it, like, he should be our fucking boyfriend in this canon ending, because... we were in love with him before we forgot who he was. So I will not accept anything. I will not accept the, well, then she decided and she doesn't. No, I will not accept that he is not our boyfriend in this ending, because even in his ending, we remembered and it wasn't like, oh, I've developed feelings for you. We were friends. I remember you. And now I've got feelings for you. We had feelings for him before we forgot him. Okay. Before that point. So the feelings didn't come after. Or, like, because of his route and the time we spent together. Like, oh my god, we were always friends, but now I'm in love with you. Like with Tomose, we were always friends. Now I've developed feelings for you in the course of this Otherworld stream. Dazai and our romantic feelings for him came first. Then we forgot. Then the Otherworld stream. So you can't backtrack in this and go, we remember Dazai but forgot our romantic feelings for him. No, I will not accept that. He deserves better. Again, as much as I love Ibana and Iochi, Dazai deserves that this ending that we are with him because that was the world he left. Okay? And that motherfucker deserves to get it back. I'm with canon fucking boyfriend this time. Gonna have to deal with my side pieces, Iochi and Ibana, though. I'm just saying. He'll be fine, because that's how we work in the man harem. But, like, Jesus. This is the time I will fight for the canon boyfriend to get his canon fucking ending in this best ending. Because that is best ending. Although, I mean, them not really specifying anything could leave it open so that you could be like, oh, now whoever you were really in love with, your favorite character, you could be like, oh, then she's gonna go date them. So, like, I can't begrudge them for not specifically being like, Dazai is your boyfriend. But that's the canon ending in my head. And I guess I just don't like the wordings behind, like, the way they had her say things to Haiji that made it feel romantic-y. I don't like that. So I'm just gonna be like, no. It was meant to be, we'll always be together because we're family. And, like, yeah, he might be trying to cross lines and get a little inappropriate, but it's like, you know, Tomose force kissing us in that first thing. Or, like, Tomose being like, no, I'll never let anyone touch you. It's like, Tomose, you don't get to choose who I date. Haiji, just because you're flirting with me doesn't mean I'm going to date you. I'm sorry, Aster. No, come on, stop it. Silly pulp dog. You know what I mean? That, like, so I'm just going to pretend that they just mistranslated the things she said, and I'm not going to take it as romantic because I hate that. Okay? It's the, you're ridiculous. Like, she's a little too nice about it instead of being like, well, there's a line. Stop crossing it. You know, she's like, it's harmless. He's just a pult. He's just flirting. It's harmless. Like, she doesn't mind it, but she has no interest in him at all, aside from, we're family, we're buds. I'll stick with you, man. Not the, I'm taking you back because I love you, you know? So no romance, just familial friendship kind of love. That's all there is, and that's how I'm going to deal with it, because otherwise, I will yeet this game and it will ruin my whole experience. Like, one simple thing will ruin my whole thing. We know this, okay? But anyway, overall, aside from just that, I mean, this was a great time. We are going to do our bad endings, the last two bad endings in the next part. Depending on how quickly those go, we'll make an executive decision. I know that we had started to break it up in the last game we played that ended, that we did the bad endings and then we did the voice acting as a whole separate piece. But, Bird, simmer the fuck down. But if the endings are only like 5 minutes, then I might just do the voice acting as part of that, and if you don't care about that, then you can tune in after the endings, or you can, you know what I mean? If they're 15 to 20 minutes, then sure, maybe we'll split it up into 2 parts. I don't know, but we'll see. I just don't want to have like a 5-minute part after the endings, and if I don't have anything to ramble about or give thoughts on, then we have a 5-minute part, and then we have another, like, we'll have basically almost an hour to do all the voice acting stuff. And I think what I want to do is go back to a couple saves ago where we were first getting to the little dome building and then everyone's there, because then everyone's there and we can kind of go through that with the voice acting on and hear what everybody sounds like. So I think that'll work. So anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.